If you are a fan of Suits, the American TV series, I'm sure you'll remember the episode on season 6 where Louis Litt set up a way to woo the head of a Japanese firm, Mr. Tanaka, by setting up their office's boardroom Japanese style and ready to serve a Japanese tea. My cross thought it was a terrible idea and offensive, but when Mr. Tanaka saw it, he loved it and amused by the gesture. That's just a simple representation of some key differences of doing business in Asians compared to Americans and Europeans in an American TV show. But there's more to it than those simple gestures of hospitality. Doing business in Asia is a lot more complex than that. Complex, but not impossible. So what are three key aspects or contexts that calls for a distinct approach for Asia? Number one, cultural communication context. Respect it and adapt to it. Asians are all about building relationships in a genuine way and finding the perfect timing to talk about business transactions. Our high context culture affects the way we communicate. Generally, Asians heavily rely on the unspoken, nonverbal cues, and shared values. Even silence have deep meanings, and eye contact is like a diamond, rarely given but valuable. Connecting effectively to Asians means adapting to their language of behavior rather than being overly straightforward with verbal and written words. Number two, social capital context. Recognize it and honor it. Doing business in Asia is about learning to recognize and honor the intangible and invisible resources of social capital. It's the norms that deals with social rules, the interpersonal trust that connects to the emotions, and networks that provides structural yet hierarchical connections. It's a business region where nurturing familial and communal relationships are valuable. Number three, human capital development context. Embrace it and develop it. Businesses in Asia thrive by embracing and developing its diverse human capital. The region had different forms of educational, vocational, and technical development, and it created pools of people with diverse experiences and aspirations. In Asia, you cannot simply motivate and develop these talents the same way. There is no uniformity of desires and sense of being and purpose. Understanding their background, their intrinsic and extrinsic motivation for joining an organization, and different levels of love for their own countries will be a good start in maximizing the colorful and diverse human capital in Asia. Asia may be extremely different in many ways to its Western counterparts, but its colorful culture, shared values, and love for their nations can absolutely bring any business to success and avoid the pitfalls and liabilities of being a foreign business in these nations. Again, thank you very much. This is Dad's Valencia for Asian Business Systems.